Don't bark, ne? Ne? Please. Don't go away. Bye. This dog. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bakisikhale, and before we get started, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope that this year you guys achieve everything that you've set out to achieve. I pray that it's an absolutely amazing year, literally for all of us. I think we all need it. And yeah, let's just see what this year has in store for us. Starting this year off though, I definitely have to bring it back to the true crime, because I haven't been giving you guys true crime cases in forever, and I've missed the true crime cases. I'm sure you guys have missed the true crime cases too. So without any further ado, let's hop into today's case. So today's case is about Shanquella Robinson, who was born on the 9th of January in the year 1997 in North Carolina to parents Salamandra and Bernard. In the year 2019, she then graduated from Winston-Salem State University. I hope I'm saying that right. And she then after went on to have a very successful hair braiding business for kids, as well as an online fashion boutique, and was doing very well. On her Instagrams, you can see she's got multiple followers. Everyone who knows her, says that, you know, the businesses were doing very well. They were very successful. She was also very supportive of women in business. Now, on the 28th of October in the year 2022, Shanquella and her friends then decided to fly down to Mexico to go to Cabo in St. Louis just to celebrate one of the friend's birthday, who goes by the name of Nazir, but he apparently was only going to be coming the following day and not on the 28th when it is that they all had landed. Shanquella was traveling with 6 other friends of whom she had met in her college days, and they had went to a luxury villa which is known as Villa Linda. Now, just after arriving later on in that evening, Shanquella then went on to call her mom, and they were basically just having a chat. And her mom recalls like her daughter telling her all about like everything that villa had. You could get a private chef, how much fun they were having, you know, just having just a normal general conversation. And her mom recalls then later telling her to enjoy the rest of her time there and that they would speak the following day. Little did she know that this would be the last time she would speak to her daughter. Now, on the Saturday morning, Shanquella then takes a video, and basically like in the video, she's walking around the house, just looking for her friends, you know, asking like where y'all at, like, you know, I think they were supposed to go outside to the pool to swim and to just basically like have a good time. So at this point, she's like recording, like walking around the house. Eventually, she does end up finding all her friends like in the one room. And you know, when I was researching this case and stuff like that, it is that moment, or that video rather, that a lot of people feel like maybe the friends were planning something. Some people, like after seeing the video, felt like maybe her friends were plotting something, or like, because it's like when she walks in, it kind of feels like the vibe or the energy in the room like kind of does change. So, and it's also like, why is everyone else in just the one room and she's like not in the room? She's like somewhere completely different in the house, and now she's like looking for her friends. But anyway, long story short, in that video, she's basically taking a video, and you can hear her, you know, asking like where her friends at and stuff like that. And also, we're not like with the conspiracy theories, or one of the conspiracy theories is that her one friend was just like basically in the passage, and so as she came, he then turned and like went into the room, and some people felt like maybe he was like on the lookout for her. Like, those are the people who obviously believe that they were plotting or that something was happening at the time.
It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I'm gonna keep it hot. I got business suits that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
Yeah. The one that's like mediocre is in my chains.
Now, later on in that day, her friends decided to then contact her mother, and they had basically told her mother that she was suffering from like alcohol poisoning. She wasn't really doing well, but like there's nothing much to really worry about because like she's resting and like, you know, basically like stuff like that. It is then in that evening when it is that the friends contact the mother yet again, and unfortunately this time around telling the mother that Shanquella is unfortunately deceased.
Well, I received a call on Saturday saying that my daughter was sick and that she had alcohol poison, but her doctor had never arrived, so I don't know where they had got the alcohol poison from. So at that time, they said a doctor was on the way to examine her, and she wasn't responding as they told me. Said she was resting a little bit, but she wasn't all the way responding as normal. So I told them to keep me informed, and I wanted to know why they couldn't take her to the emergency room. They said because they needed $5,000 cash to be seen in the emergency room. And I said, well, she has insurance. And they said they didn't take insurance by being out the country. It was a little different. So at that time, I told them just keep me informed, and they did call back, but they still saying it was alcohol poison. So by later on that evening, they called and said that Shanquella had passed. And at that point, you know, it just took my heart, crumbled up, you know, just knowing my child was gone, and I couldn't get there to her, could not do anything. And they said the medics came, 3 medics came, and no one couldn't do anything, couldn't save her. But I believe Shanquella was already passed, had already passed.
On Monday, her friends then flew back to the United States, and at this point, an autopsy had not been released. The mom states that the friends did come back with her luggage as well, and it was just like different stories basically from the friends. Like at that point, her friends were still coming to her house to support her family, telling them whatever they recall could have or could have not happened at the villa. And it's a bit weird, obviously, because it's like you guys just left your friend there. Like, I mean, it's debatable. Some people feel like but either way, you know, we can't stay there all until like the autopsy is released. Like, could take some time. Some people feel like, why would you even just leave your friend like that? But yeah, so some of her friends, or most of her friends, did come and visit and support the family, and some friends visited more than others. Now, it was of the accounts of some of the friends that had stated that a cleaner had actually found her in the bathroom when it is that she had passed away. But that just also doesn't make a lot of sense, because they had said that she had alcohol poisoning and that she was resting. So I don't know where the cleaner comes in, maybe at the time of room service, or a cleaner was coming to clean the property or the house and then found her unconscious in the bathroom. Now, at this point, obviously, the only story that is being believed, even though it's like different accounts, is the stories that it is that the friends were giving, because at that point, the autopsy had not been released. And then a video was then leaked that shows that Shanquella was being beaten up by another female or someone, someone that was part of the friend group. And in this video, you can see that she's not fighting back. And because of the sensitivity of the video, I'm choosing not to show you guys that video. If you want to see it, it's definitely, unfortunately, up on the internet. It's a very heartbreaking video, because in the video you can see that she's definitely like not fighting back. She's naked, and no one is even trying to stop the fight. No one is trying to, you know, tell them to cut it out, or you know what I'm saying. If anything, they're actually encouraging for Shanquella to fight back, because like I'd mentioned, she was not fighting back in the video. And one of the men or gentlemen is actually heard saying in the video, like, Shanquella, fight back or something. Like, he's basically encouraging her to fight back, and that is not what she was choosing to do at that time. Now, how the video allegedly got out was that someone, obviously, who was in the room at the time had sent it to one of their family members. And I'm guessing that this video was sent maybe just after the fight, before it was that she was pronounced deceased, because then the video is sent by someone in the room to their family member, who then sent it to a blogger, and that's how the video basically got out. It is also believed, though, that the blogger only leaked the video once it was that Shanquella was pronounced dead, because I'm not too sure, but from what I can think of, I'm guessing maybe the blogger felt that, okay, no, this video needs to get out or whatever, because it would help support what could have possibly happened to it, just in case it is not alcohol poisoning as the friends had stated. Now, Shanquella's parents had then also made arrangements to fly their daughter's body back to the United States. Now, on her death certificate, it stated that the cause of death was a severe spinal cord injury. So that basically throws out alcohol poisoning like all the way out the window. Now, this is where things get a little bit weird. Let's just backtrack a little bit to that day. So police report does show that the medics were called on that day and at that time, and a doctor had actually came to the villa. And so then her friends, just as the doctor had arrived, had told her friends told the doctor that no, she was drinking a lot, she was probably dehydrated because she was unable to speak at the time she was still alive. Now, it gets weird here because the doctor who was on the site had actually stated that she needs to go to the hospital, because you need to remember that with certain things, it's obviously like, especially the human body, it's not always visible. So if she's taken to a hospital, they can run scans. There's so much more like that's available to them that can be done in order for the doctor to determine what the actual problem could really be. And apparently her friends were like, no, she's definitely not going to a hospital. If anything, she needs to be treated at the villa. Like, a doctor is telling them that no, she needs to go to a hospital, and they opted and they were like, nope, she needs to be treated right here. Like, that's just weird. Like, let her go to the doctor. Like, let her go to the doctor. The doctor was there for roughly about an hour, and this is when Shanquella suffered a seizure for about a minute. And this is when the doctor decided that no, 911 definitely had to be called because she was having difficulty breathing and the doctor was struggling to find a pulse. Now, Shanquella was given 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, as well as ACD shocks, and these were all unsuccessful. It is also alleged that she was alive for at least 3 hours after her injury. Now, Khalil Cook is the one that had actually introduced Shanquella to the rest of the friends. They seem to have been a friend group since 2012, and she was only then introduced to them in 2014. So I'm mentioning this because some people were like, that was her best friend. Like, her family even said they went on holidays with him. Like, he was basically part of their family. So some people felt like, why would he not tell the truth? Like, she knows these people through him. So if anything, like, maybe he would be the one to tell the truth. He was the closest to her. He was basically practically her family. So why would he not tell the truth? But I think maybe we can also take into consideration the fact that he felt more loyal to them. Like, I'm not sure. I'm also just speculating, because why would he not tell the truth about what happened from the beginning? You know, from the moment she was unresponsive. Like, a physical injury is something so different. It's visible, or even if it's not visible, but the damage that it does inside. I mean, spinal cord injury, alcohol poisoning has absolutely nothing to do with that. Like, those are two completely different things. So yeah, maybe he felt that he was or he owed more of his loyalty to the friend group as opposed to her, since he had known them longer. I'm not too sure what could have happened. Some people also feel like the other females in the group could have possibly been like jealous of Shanquella because she was so young, she was successful. Apparently the other members of the group had also tried to, like, you know, build up their businesses and stuff like that, which were not as successful as hers. So that's also like another theory that, like, I picked up on while I was doing my research, is some people feel maybe it was a jealousy thing, because to this day we are not sure why or how that fight had started.
She close friends with the people that she went on this trip with?
Well, all I know that she went to college with him. That one of the guys supposed to have been her best friend. And he had went on family trips with us, you know, and he'd been to the family house. We all been on trips together, you know, just good time. And I never thought that he could be that low to do my child like that.
Have you heard from him since all of this happened?
Yeah, he came to the house 4 days in a row until he found out we knew what the autopsy said.
And you haven't seen him since?
Haven't seen him since.
Now, after the death certificate was released, this is when all her friends basically ghosted the family. They didn't come visit again. No one called. No one did anything of that sort. And her father had said that as her body had landed and they had to view it, she was like completely bruised up. She had a bump on her head as well.
The friends talk about the video. Did they acknowledge the video in any way?
No, never. They never acknowledged the video.
Now, the friend whose birthday they were celebrating claims that he only got there the Saturday later after it is that everything had happened.
My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it was just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it looked like. Well, you're gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good. So I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was cross my heart and hope to die. I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking. So we made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like, okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. So I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. Everybody that know me heard me say this shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. Try to get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI, whatever, had to put those right timelines together. But everything that's wrong, I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding where this story is coming from and why it's out here like this, because it's wrong. It's wrong. And for y'all to be attacking me, an innocent soul, like I'm really innocent as fuck. I went there to enjoy my birthday. Like to enjoy my birthday and to really just goddamn have fun. I didn't have not 1 second of fun. And take one shot and then smoke one blunt and didn't do anything. I went straight to Quilla. She was not found dead. She was found unresponsive. Yes, unresponsive. She was unresponsive. I tried to get her to talk to me and all that, but it was none of that. There was none of that going on. Yeah, but other than that, I did. Oh yeah, I know y'all probably asking that. When I walked in there, I didn't really notice the knot on her head until the nurse pointed it out. I did see the bump on her lip. She did have a blood vessel bust in her eye, and that's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, 'cause they know, man, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all. Like, come on, girl, we is 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve this. Damn, 51 questions. Bro, why is y'all talking about a boy that y'all kill y'all friend? I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I could even find them when I landed and didn't land. But I could post a video, I could show the video, it's gonna show the timestamps because it's in my archive. I got there at 3-something p.m. I made my first video at 4:26. That's me outside by the pool, saying, Quilla, get up, let's go, we got stuff to do. Let's go have fun. There was no fun in that. There was no fun in that. There was nothing good coming from that, man. I went in there with my bag, put it down, went to the game room, went to the living room, stayed there. Worst time of my life. And now y'all on here trying to say I killed her. Me. Nigga that got there a day late. A day late. The nigga y'all didn't see in the video. I have 1,030,000 tattoos. Do I sound like I was in that video? Go listen to it again. Do you hear my voice in that video?
Now, 2 things that stand out, like, for me personally in that video is, it's almost a bit hard to believe that they did not tell him about the fight, or he knew absolutely nothing about a fight. I mean, stuff like that especially are things that even if someone hasn't arrived, you know, like you would text like, yo, things are not cool at the house, there was just a fight. Or the moment that you arrive, yo, things are not cool, there's a fight, you know, something is happening. Also, how did he not ask about the lip or the eye? I mean, her father says that by the time her body had arrived, it was bruised up and she had a bump on her head and stuff like that. So why would he not ask about, like, those injuries? Now, Shanquella's father feels as though this was also a setup, as she was not really a violent person, which further proves in the video, seeing as she didn't fight back and she just, you know, let things be.
Shanquella was sweet, very kind. She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody. She didn't mistreat nobody. Never, no one could possibly ever say anything bad about her because she was a good person.
She was just excited about going on her trip. And she sat on my chair. We just talked about a lot of personal stuff. Like, we just clicked like she was like my little sister.
And the Mexican government had claimed that there was no foul play even after the video was released. However, the police in Mexico and in the United States are still investigating. This is still an ongoing case. And because of that, I feel that as time goes on and as, you know, things develop and things start to happen, that's when I'll make more videos. Maybe there'll be a part 2 and a part 3 just to basically keep updating the case. Now, the 10th of December 2022, Shanquella's friends and family, as well as the community, had a rally. And basically at the rally, they were calling on the police to make an arrest because it's actually one of the most heartbreaking cases, I think. You know, you go somewhere with your friends. I mean, you guys are going out. Everyone is excited. She was excited to go. And you don't expect that literally 24 hours after arriving, you'll lose your life. You know, and I don't think there's anything that the fight honestly could have been about that would have her, like, that would be equal to such a result, or that would deserve such a result, you know. And it just also goes to show, guys, that sometimes we do things and unfortunately the consequences are so much bigger than us. People fight all the time, you know, people are violent, people get into physical altercations all the time. The thing about a physical fight is that you just never know how things are going to end. You just never know what's going to happen, you know. So it honestly is a very, very heartbreaking case, and I am crossing my fingers, honestly, that at least by the next time I shoot a part 2 of this video, arrests have been made. There's honestly progress with this case, because also just imagine her family, they don't have a choice but to live with this, like to have to live with the fact that people who you thought were your daughter's friends could have potentially caused her death. Secondly, there's a video that's been circulating of your daughter being hurt. Like, imagine as a parent, you like feeling as though you could not even be there to help or to defend your child in that moment. Like, it's such a heartbreaking thing. She's naked in the video as well. Like, it's just honestly something else. So I will not, moving forward, I don't think we should call them her friends. There's actually a very popular name going around. They call them the Cabo 6, and I think that's what we should continue to call them, because those are not friends. Those are not friends at all. But anyway, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.